Hey Orange, can you do the intro for my video? I suck at it.
Okay. Hello everyone, today we'll be playing BTD6, Don't Starve. Yes, we're gonna build the Varg Farm. I did all of it.
Hey guys, I am Gabriel, but you might also know me as the Varg guy, the Varg Farm guy, or any variation of those. And that is thanks to this Varg Farm design that I made, which farms both gems and moonstone. But here's a funny thing. This video is 3 years old already, and over those years I discovered some improvements and features that make the farm just a little better and safer to operate. And since one of the biggest DST YouTubers made a video on the topic, I feel like this is a perfect time for an update. Starting with the catapult setup next to the moonstone. In my tutorial, I placed 4 catapults and the generator kind of behind the moonstone, and I later found out that it's not exactly the most space efficient layout for this. Now here's a cool tip for having a compact setup. Grab your first catapult, place your cursor on this first red dot that you see in the middle of the moonstone, and now count 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the left. Repeat that on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right. Now just place another set of catapults right below the first set. And now you'll notice that there's no room left for the generator. But if you hold the control key, you'll notice that you can move the generator in a position where it fits. Sweet. You can also try this setup with catapults on either side of the moonstone, but that puts the catapults dangerously close to the Vargs. Here's the first time-saving tip. Unless you are playing Wolfgang, you should definitely place a bunch of cobblestone at the setup. This will give you a noticeable speed buff and make moving them a lot faster. In my tutorial, I showed you this way to make the bunker. By building a tight shell of hay walls around the setup, and then moving statues and dropping them on the outside of the shell. But that is pretty slow because you have to walk around the shell every time you want to place a statue. Now I just build a bigger shell and drop the statues on the inside. This, paired with the cobblestone, makes everything much faster. And here are the exact measurements that I use. Starting from this red unit, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 and place a wall, and repeat that for every side of the catapults. 1, 2, 3, 4, and for the moonstone, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now connect them to make a complete box, like so. This is the list of materials you need for the setup so far. Here's an important tip when doing this. Head into the settings, click advanced, and make sure that your lag compensation is set to none. If it is set to predictive, as you can see, it fell slightly to the left, and it only gets worse with your lag. Now if I turn it back off, it drops perfectly again. Also, you don't need to do the log suit trick anymore. See, if you drop a statue simply by right-clicking, it will bounce randomly like this. So long ago, we would just equip a log suit to make the statues drop perfectly. Like so. But that's not necessary anymore, since Clay added the quick drop feature. Simply hold shift and then right click and you get the same result. Also, here's a tip if you get stuck at corners like this. Grab your statue, move as close as possible, drop your statue, pick any other statue, and move into position. Drop it. Now, without moving, pick the first one up and go into position again. You can also use a mod called Place Statues that allows you to drop the statues perfectly without using the shell, but the shell strategy is still useful for console players who cannot use mods. Eventually, you will end up with something like this. This is the list of resources you need for this bunker. Or this if you're using cut stone instead of marble. When building the Varg pen, keep in mind that Vargs spawn hounds at a 7-tile radius away from them. So if you don't want Vargs to spawn inside of your bunker, make sure that your back wall is no further than 6.5 tiles away from the Vargs. And here's how I measure it. Starting from the front wall, I count 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, and I'm going to place a telelocator focus in the middle of this, and I have to align it with the moonstone as well. So on this unit exactly. Now here is something new about the Varg pen. You're first going to need a layer of statue walls, followed by a layer of stone walls. See, in the previous tutorial, I only used stone walls, because Varg's hounds do not attack stone walls. But during the Mooncaller event, the hounds no longer belong to Varg, which means that they will attack the walls if they are situated between them and the moonstone. So after many uses, the walls will break and the Vargs will escape. To prevent this, the other guy built the Varg Cage using indestructible structures, but that comes with another problem. In his own words,
and be ready to help get stuck hounds unstuck. Varg farms are super finicky no matter what, and depending on where the Vargs actually spawn the hounds, you have to be ready to aggro the hounds yourself.
So this is why both layers are necessary. The outer stonewall layer will change the hound's pathing so that they don't get stuck, while the inner statue layer will keep the Vargs inside even if the outer layer breaks, in which case you can easily replace the walls. Now, using stone walls as units of measurement, this is the setup I recommend for 3 Vargs. Keep in mind that Varg's hitboxes are very large, so you don't need a tight statue wall. In total, this is the list of resources you need for the Varg Cage. Or this if you're using cut stone instead of marble. Now you can build a bait pan. I recommend using pigskin. Don't forget a lightning rod. And 2 ice flingos to cover everything. Now break some walls to get access to the gemstones. Socket them with purple gems. And go hunt for Vargs. Now here's a very important tip when it comes to teleporting the Vargs. When you find one that has already spawned hounds, check the map. And be very careful if there's ocean between Varg and the farm's location. This is because when you teleport Varg, his hounds will go in a straight path to his new location. So they will start swimming and get stuck at sea. Just like this. And they will swim until they are too far away to be loaded. And because the hounds are still alive, Varg will not spawn any more hounds. To fix this, you would have to grab a boat and go close enough for them to spawn, as they can only move when you are close to them. And you will have to keep escorting them, making sure that they reach their Varg. To avoid a situation like this, I recommend making the Varg chase you to a place where there is no ocean between him and the location of the farm. Now if you want more Vargs, just put this one to sleep. Safely socket the gems again. And catch another one. I find that this setup can easily fit 4 Vargs, which if you ask me, it's more than enough. After you get all the Vargs you want, you can put them asleep and cover all the gaps with stone walls. For maximum efficiency, drop bait at 2 opposite corners of the bunker. This will make the hounds bunch up like this, so more of them get hit by the catapults. Make sure to pick up the excess. Congratulations! You are now the proud owner of a Varg farm. Yippee! Shout out to Orange and Quality Stuff for helping me with clips for this video, and to Kanapka for drawing this piece of art. If you have any questions about the Varg farm, feel free to ask in the comment section, and I will be happy to answer. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.